Hi, and thank you for tuning in today. I am so grateful once again for you pushing the play button. Today we're going to look at 7 ways on how to build a network marketing business online. And you might find that network marketing business has a lot to do with keeping up with, or the industry I should say, has a lot to do with keeping up with current technology, and that's what we're going to look at today.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi, my name is Bill Reinecke with MLM Science, and I again am so glad that you're here today. Today I'm going to share with you 7 ways on how to build a network marketing business online. And as I do, you might be surprised at how easy it is once you see these 7 steps, but I want to qualify that statement of easy. Now, when it comes to building any business, whether it's your MLM business or network marketing business, it is that while it may be simple in nature, the most difficult thing that we have as human beings is being consistent. We want instant gratification, and if we don't see that right away, we often will quit and give up. So you have to be willing in your network marketing business to continue to pursue and to persist. And this is true in any business. Just a side note, one of the things that I found, and there's actually research and studies out there that show that people in network marketing businesses have a quicker and greater dropout rate than people in any other business. So what that means is that people that get involved in network marketing, when it isn't growing instant riches for them, they give up and become hopeless and they walk away, and they call it a scam. And so it surely is not that because people chose to give up and they became hopeless. Now I can understand the disappointment, but on the other hand, when people choose to go into any other business, for example, like a franchise, or where the stakes are high and they've put in a lot of money, people mortgage their homes, they mortgage everything they've got to start a franchise or to buy a franchise, and they stick it out and they work day and night, and there's endless stories of people out there who do that sort of thing. The difference is that a person in the network marketing business doesn't have that high of a stake, and so their investment level emotionally is not as great as somebody that has everything that they own on the line. So they're going to stick it out and they're not going to bail on the first sign of disappointment. So what I'm saying here is that your network marketing business has to be treated the same as any other business. The 7 ways that I'm going to share with you on how to build your network marketing business online will definitely help that. And you, like I said, you may be surprised at how easy it is, but you've got to come in with that right mindset and that right spirit and the right heart. The first thing you want to do is you want to create your personal brand. So the thing about that is when people hear that, they think about branding, they think about, maybe a brand that's a household name. You can think of all the different logos around your home. You can look in your pantry and see the different food logos that have maybe been around all of your life. And so while we're not talking about something that big or on that kind of scale or something that's been around that long, the personal brand is really you, and it is how you put yourself out there for people and how they associate with you. A logo is a part of it. A lot of people think that buying a logo is personal branding, but really personal branding is what I'm doing here. You watch this video, you get to know me and my personality, and then you click on the next video. And so as you get to know me, you begin to become familiar with my personality, who I am, and my personal brand. As you do this, the important thing about it is that you create trust, you create a rapport, you make yourself available through different means, whether that's social media, and like if you want to, for example, would appreciate it if you would leave me a note down in the bottom of this video, down in the comment section, and let me know that you watched the video. If you have questions, let me know. I personally go back and answer those, and so I make myself available in a variety of different ways. I also have a website, mlmscience.com, where you can go and you can get a training that I produced that is free of charge, and there's no pitch in there. It's absolutely free for you to go and experience it and learn even more on how to build your network marketing business. And so all of these things come together, and that's how you create a personal brand. When it comes to personal branding, the biggest thing that you can do, or the greatest thing that you can do, is stop selling. Because people do not like to be sold, they want to be helped. And when you can come along and provide help for somebody, you have a friend. You have somebody that's genuinely interested in you. And so if they're willing to give with no ulterior motive or anything, and no expectation, then there's where the relationship begins. So if somebody was stranded on the side of the road and they had a flat tire, and I just simply stopped by and I asked her, hey, you doing okay? And I didn't really offer my services, there's probably not going to be much of a relationship. But if I pull over and say, hey, can I help you with that flat tire? And I get out and I change the flat tire and I help them with that problem, I will have, chances are that we'll exchange names and there will be the beginning of some kind of a relationship. So personal branding is that process and beyond. The second thing you want to do is be generating leads. And so why would you want to be building your internet marketing, or I'm sorry, your network marketing business online if you weren't getting a steady flow of leads? So this is very simple, and that you start out with a simple process of coming up with an opt-in page. And I use Clickfunnels. It's very simple. It's very intuitive. But you can do this with any type of page builder. So you basically collect a name, you collect an email, and you give away something free. And then they come over here, and I like to take them to another page here that is a sales page that provides value. And I like to qualify my lead into a buyer's lead. And so basically that's all there is to it. Once they opt in here, then they come down here. And I am able then to send email to this offer if they didn't buy. And I'm then able to send email to other offers. And we want to make sure that we're not selling. We're always providing value, but I can send email or send offers to them through the email that I collect here. It is through this process that I'm able to begin to build that relationship and continue to brand myself. Number 3 thing is, and it's a huge do not. If I was going to draw a do not, I would put a big circle, red circle like this with a line through it like this. Do not take people to your company's replicated free website. That is the worst thing that you can do. It's not geared or it's not designed to have traffic run to it. In fact, a lot of companies have in their terms of service that you are not supposed to drive traffic to their web pages. So the reason for that is they've got so many distributors with these replicated websites that their servers simply cannot handle that volume of traffic. Secondly, and most importantly to you, is they're not set up to really recruit and sell products. They're more of a catalog type of website. So what you want to do is do not do that. What you want to do is you want to put help people join your team or get to know them through this process that with the big zero and a line through it that I just described here. So you want to put something between you and your company's website. So for example, you have your company replicated website right here. This is the company website. And you have, we'll just say that this is Facebook over here. You cannot, and you do not want to run traffic from there to here directly. That is a no-no. Because if we go back to the first things I was talking about, you're missing. So what we want to put in the middle of that is you. So we want to put you in the middle so that you can be personally branding yourself and that you're between the people and the company. So here's where you have your blog. or some kind of a website, or a funnel like I just described where you can collect their email address, or you can also collect email addresses from or have a funnel on your blog as well as on your website. So you want to put something between the people that you're reaching out to and your website, and that way you brand you. The next thing you want to do is use social media to your advantage. And I would say that a majority of the people out there do not use social media to their advantage. And I'll give you an example. I follow a lot of people. I follow a lot of hashtags in the health and industry and fitness industry and network marketing industry, and and I've got all these hashtags I follow, and then I follow more as I follow these people, and I look at what their hashtags are, for example, on Instagram or other social media. And what I'm doing is I'm watching how they're promoting their products, and people that promote their product directly or the company directly very seldom do well in this industry. So what happens is that a lot of times people are promoting the product first instead of themselves, or they're promoting the company, which is giving the company free advertising. And so what they want to do, what you need to do, is promote you and what you have to offer people in a way of addressing the need. So let's say that it's that there's a product out there. Maybe you're selling essential oils, and the essential oils have certain healing properties. And so what problems are those healing properties designed to address? So that's where you would want to address the people. The other thing where people really miss it with social media is they spam people, and they are always like the story I just talked about, where a person took somebody else's identity or their pictures and used them for their product and their company. So people are always trying to get over on people, and so that's a true misuse of social media. On the other hand, social media is a great place to begin to follow or to build a tribe, a following of people that are interested in what it is that you're selling, and be able to provide them with the value through your funnels and provide personal branding. So use social media wisely and use it to your advantage. When you're reaching out to people, take your time. And this is something that is very simple, but at the same time very important. Whatever you do, do not become desperate. Because when you become desperate and you're trying to sell people or get them in there, it becomes about you and less about the people that you're really trying to provide value. On one hand, you're saying you want to provide value, and then you start rushing people, and it becomes very evident that that is just a facade or a cloak for what your intentions are. So always take your time, get to know the people that you're bringing into your business, and provide value. Listen to them and what their desires and their needs are, and provide solutions for those, and you will find that the time that you invest will be time well spent and will pay off in dividends. This also helps to better qualify your lead as you get to know them through the value or the process of providing additional value. The sixth thing is that you want to become familiar with technology. Now, you don't have to go out and become a coder or a programmer, but it's important that you become at least familiar with processes, become familiar with technology. You don't have to necessarily know how to build out a WordPress site, but it's important that you know what is going on in there and become familiar with that. So if it's not something that you're familiar with, it's definitely to your advantage to become familiar, because as you start to reach out to people and have people help you do things, you've got to know what you're talking about. For example, if you want somebody to set up your WordPress site, you can simply go to Fiverr. But if you don't know what's supposed to be taking place in there, you will never know if the job was done correctly. So you also need to provide very specific instructions to outsourcers and people that are going to help you in order to be able to get the job done correctly. So you don't have to be an expert in technology, but you definitely need to be aware and be familiar with the processes, and aware and familiar with what needs to happen. So the best place to go for that is YouTube, or read a blog, or go out there and do your due diligence and find that education. It's at your fingertips, but do know what you need to have done in order to get it done. The worst thing that you can have is have happen to you is have somebody do the work for you and go back later and find out that they didn't do a very good job. And the seventh thing is that and it's really more of a mindset thing, and that is to set realistic expectations. So often people get into business or start a network marketing business and they expect things to happen quickly. They expect things to happen overnight. They expect that their business is going to bloom and mushroom in a month. And so that's a very unrealistic expectation. I've addressed this briefly when I talked about looking at your business like you would any other business. But it's also important to set goals that are realistic and be able to go back and evaluate those goals and be willing to adjust them. Along with setting realistic expectations is not only with yourself and your business, but with other people. And this is something that is so important, because as you begin to grow a team, you want to be able to meet people where they're at. So often I have seen people come into a business under somebody in their downline, and the expectation is way over and unrealistic, or way over their head and unrealistic. So be able to have realistic expectations, know what people are capable of, and be able to help them and meet them where they're at. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that these 7 things that I pointed out are things that you can sit and think about and implement into your business. When I was thinking about 7 things that I would implement in my business, or I implement in my business every day, these are the 7 things I came up with. This is really a great foundational place to start and build from. And with these 7 things, then once you're able to get these in place and you're able to implement these, then you're in a good place to be able to grow and take your business where you want it to go. So please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and I have included a link down to Clickfunnels in case you want to check that out. And until next video, have a super day.